Coming back here brings up a lot of different memories for me. It looks the same, feels the same, but I feel a lot different.
Savan was a super active kid and very social. He loved going for 2-hour bike rides. When he was at school, he might phone and say, "Oh, I have a headache." And I'm like, "Do you really have a headache? Is there a test? Like, what's the reason I'm getting the phone call?" But that started happening a lot. He would also complain about sore joints in his hips, in his knees, his ankles would roll.
It got to the point where I felt like I was deteriorating. Everything was just being taken away.
The optometrist was actually the one that caught a problem with Savan's vision initially. Savan couldn't see certain letters when he did the test, so he referred us to a neuro-ophthalmologist, and he thought it was a pituitary tumor. We were told there was just the one tumor, and then they discovered there had actually been 3. I was terrified, and I think I kind of went into a little bit of shock and a little bit of a numbness.
I had 4 months of chemotherapy and I had 6 weeks of radiation, and that eliminated all 3 tumors. When I was going through my treatments, I stayed at RMH BC.
Once we got in here, the people that you meet for not just companionship, but really support is huge.
When I was staying here, there was many nights I couldn't sleep. I would go downstairs to the kitchen and I would meet a lot of parents that way. I'd have a lot of midnight conversations. They wanted to know how their child was feeling, why they were screaming and crying when they were just trying to touch them or hold them or feed them a plate to eat. I could be the person to explain that to them because I was going through the same thing. That became really helpful to a lot of different parents.
Having a place like Ronald McDonald House to come home to and be able to be in a comfortable home with people who care about you, people who understand, was enormous. People would look at me and just go, "I know, I get it."
One day I decided to use the basketball court. I went out to shoot some hoops and I saw somebody work here, and he came along and we sort of talked. We gave a couple shots at it, weren't very good, but I mean, that doesn't matter. I found out later that was actually Richard Pass, the CEO of RMH, which I think is incredible in the fact that he came to shoot hoops with me.
It's hard thing to explain to people how you can see something so positive out of such a traumatic experience, but I really like who he's become. He's much more mature, he loves to help people, and he's become more serious about life in general.
I look at the person in the mirror now, and I like who I see. He's different. It's someone who's appreciative of life and doesn't take it for granted, who does every single thing to reach my goals and the time that I have here. If it weren't for Ronald McDonald House, I don't think I'd be the person that I am today.
Ronald McDonald House is more than a place to stay. It's family. It's love. We're one family that Ronald McDonald House did incredible things for, but there will always be families that need something to come home to.